Hey all, this is Nikhil and you're watching CopG. And in this particular podcast, we'll be talking to a person who has moved from India to UK and is representing India all over the world with his works, none other than Nikhil Rane. And let's get started with the podcast.
Hello, sir. How's your day going on?
Hi, Nian. How are you? I'm fine.
Hi, hi, hi.
I just woke up. I had my coffee and everything good. It's the beginning of my day. It's going good.
Okay,
It's Monday.
okay, sir. So, can you share up your journey in cybersecurity and bug hunting? How did you
So
get into it?
so after my bachelor's in 2021, I
Mhm.
was like looking for many opportunities which is related to IT, as I'm a bachelor's in information technology graduate. So I was looking for the opportunity which is just a continuation of what I was doing. Like basically, I was learning different programming language in my bachelor's. So my plan was to go in some other field, but my dad suggested me that you should try this cybersecurity field, which is kind of interesting thing, as I was not knowing like what exactly the cybersecurity is. So my dad was having one of his contacts, so I went to him. I had chat with him, and in his institute, I started learning cybersecurity, and over there, I discovered this thing called bug bounty. So when I heard about the bug bounty, you get achievements and you get paid for finding vulnerabilities in the website. I was curious to know, and when I started learning this bug hunting, it was very it was very new to me, as I was having knowledge of basic programming language, but I was not in depth. Like I don't know how exactly this thing work, but I can analyze the code, like how thing goes. So it was kind of interesting for me as well, and learning new things in bug bounty was very nice, and it helped me in my later stage of my career as well in my MSc. So I started my bug hunting in 2021. From June to December, I learned few modules about bug hunting, like website penetration testing, mobile application penetration testing, ethical hacking modules as well, like system hacking and other things. And from 2022, I started discovering new targets, and I started hunting on them. So initially, I used to hunt on Google Dockings, like Google Bug Bounty Dockings, and like private programs. But now, initially, I started shifting towards the public programs as well. So about my bug hunting journey, it's very interesting. Like I like to collect unique achievements like swags, then different kinds of medal. I still remember in 2022 February or March, I saw a post. A person was holding a medal of Ministry of Defense UK. So it was really new thing for me. Like by discovering vulnerabilities in the website, you get such cool rewards. So I started discovering about that thing, like about that program, and I, I did I did some research. I asked few people like how this thing works, what kind of vulnerabilities we need to report, and later on I started hunting on that target, and I got a medal as well. So I was happy for that. I got couple of t-shirts as well and other cool stuffs as well. So overall, to sum up my bug hunting journey, it is very interesting. Like when you discover some new vulnerability in a website, like you read write-ups as well of other bug hunters, and you get to know what are the different kinds of broken access control vulnerabilities, what are the different methods to exploit a same vulnerability. So it is kind of interesting for me. Like you keep on learning continuously, and you discover new things in it.
Okay. So, can you share up some of your experience in bug hunting? Any famous and unique ones?
So in 2022, what happened? Like
Mhm.
I used to hunt on private programs, and still I hunt on private programs. Like I'm having 8 to 9 private programs, which I know like they reply me every now and then.
Mhm.
So I was hunting on one of the websites in Netherlands. So it was a very, I don't know about how would I portray this. Is it an interesting one or the unique one? But the thing was, it was a normal authentication bypass. But the thing was, it is very little bit tricky. Okay, not So when you enter the right OTP and you fetch the traffic and you send it to the repeater, you see the response. What exactly the response is? 200, okay, success, true, and accordingly you manipulate things. But the thing was that target was kind of unique. When you enter your email address, your OTP, you fetch the traffic and you send it to the repeater. What happens? Account will not be created, but the cookies are getting stored. But when you enter the victim's email address, you enter wrong OTP and you manipulate with the response, you will the authentication will be bypassed. But second time, if you are entering victim's email address, wrong OTP, and you are trying to manipulate with the OTP, it will not bypass. It was the cookie session of my email address which I intercepted at the initial stage of the testing. Because of that thing, cookies are getting stored, and I was able to bypass the verification process. So it is a like very normal process. But the thing is, like, I discovered this thing, like, okay, because of cookie as well, sometime we can bypass the authentication process. So that was my first bug, and I was paid for that. I still remember, like, I got paid 150 euro, which is very less for that particular category of the vulnerability. But I was very happy for that. Like, I got 150 euros for reporting authentication bypass.
Okay. So, sir, like there are many people who think that a bug bounty is a scam. They don't pay them, वगैरह, right? So, what do you think about that? Is it true or not?
So it's like 50% true and 50% not true. Like, I have discovered both the side of the bug hunting. Like, at the initial stage, I used to hunt on the Indian targets because I was told, like, if you hunt on Indian targets, they might get impressed by your skills, or they might impress by your report, and they might hire you for that. But the thing is, like, when you used to report, they don't reply you that often. But
Hmm.
they will sometime mitigate the vulnerability, but they will not reply you for that. Same thing applies to European companies and other companies as well. So it's like, for me, what I do is, like, if I'm testing on a private program, what I usually do is, I send couple of high severity report first. Then if I get a reply from them, then I do like a full testing of a website. I don't go like everything I will test at the once. I will just report couple of high severity vulnerabilities. If I get a reply from them like in couple of days, then I will just keep on hunting. That reply can be anything. It should be accepted, or it is a rejected reply. So that's my initial strategy if I'm hunting on a private program. So talking about the scam, it is not a scam. Like, people do get paid for it. Even I'm getting paid by UK companies as well. Like, I have never seen UK companies having the bug bounty program, but lately they have started the bug hunting program, and like people are getting rewarded for that as well. So it depends, like, where you are hunting. If you are in a private program, sometime you will not get a reply. But if you are on a public platform like a Bugcrowd, HackerOne, and other public platform like Yes We Hack, yes, you get paid for.
Okay, sir. So do you want to say something to the new bug hunters?
So, talking about the new bug hunters, like, even I am new to this. Like, it's been a couple of years. So earlier my strategy was not to do a recon of a target. Like, if I'm approaching a target, my first instinct was to create account and to do all the other things. But the thing is, like, you need to do the information gathering. That's the first stage of hacking. If you see the first stage of hacking, first there are five stages of hacking, like reconnaissance, like, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, covering track. So first thing is, getting information of the target. So if your recon process is strong, you can exploit many other vulnerabilities, like information gathering vulnerabilities. I have seen a lot of people getting good bounties for gathering information about the target. For example, like, JS token, sorry, expose JS file, JS file exposing some sensitive information. It can be servers information, database information, or some kind of password, admin credentials. So we need to look for that. Like, having a good recon is must in bug hunting. Like, you might have seen there are a lot of competitions in the market as well. Like, a lot of people come up with new things, and new way of exploiting vulnerabilities. So it is necessary to make your recon strong. Focus on few categories of OWASP top 10. There are 10 categories. You have to make at least 3 to 4 categories a strong point. Like, okay, I if I get a target, I will go for this, and later on by analyzing the target, I will shift my methodology. So that's what I do. Like, there are 3 4 categories. Like, for example, broken access control, then security misconfiguration and business logic errors, and there are a couple of more categories as well which I focus on. So that's how you create your methodology. And like, read reports like Medium blogs, HackerOne reports. Try to have a basic knowledge, and after getting the basic knowledge, what you can do is you can have an idea like what author is trying to say in this report. Take an idea like, okay, in this way this vulnerability can be exploited, and in your own way you have to exploit it. It's not like have to copy paste the same thing what you are reading in that particular blog. You have to take idea, you have to understand the methodology, you have to understand the process, and then you have to analyze the website, like how it is working, what is the functionality, then what outdated software the website is using. Then accordingly we have to look for the CV as well. So that's how you analyze, and that's how you go with the target. It's not like that. uh, if you are getting a target and in couple of days you will just test from like test couple of functionalities. If you didn't get anything, you will just leave. So for example, like in 2022 I got a target, but then the last company I'm talking about, so still I'm testing on the target, still I get vulnerabilities in it, and still they pay me for the reports. So it's like having a target, and you have to test continuously till you find something in it. So you don't have to easily change the target. It is just the fact that you have to get used to it, and if you are getting used to it, you can find logical vulnerabilities in it. So make your recon strong, have a wider knowledge of the have a wider knowledge about the attacks, and try to read reports, and try to get into like how can we exploit outdated and vulnerable components. So that's the thing I will suggest for the newcomers.
Okay, sir. So, how do you stay updated with this bug hunting or cybersecurity news so that people get to know and even they stay updated to these things?
So I read Medium blogs, HackerOne reports, InfoSec write-ups. There are a lot of good authors who are writing these articles, and I really love it. Like, I have a like a alert thing in my mail that every morning I get alert like some unique kind of vulnerability. So what I do is at least I try to read at least 3 to 4 reports, 3 to 4 Medium blogs a day. I try to understand what they are doing. So that's how you get keep on updated. Look for the CV as well, like how I have a good YouTube channel. They also help you to explain what exactly the CV is, how CVs are exploited. So I was looking a YouTube video of Nahamsek where he was explaining about the CFID. So luckily I was having a target which was having a CFID admin panel. So over there I tried some new things and I got LFI over there. Not just etc pass WD file. There were a lot of file exposed on that particular 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 website. So so this thing helps you, like you keep on reading things, you look for the YouTube mentors who can guide you for what you're doing.
Okay, sir. So, you were talking about CV, right? Can you just break down what is CV?
So yeah, so CV is basically like if there is some outdated and vulnerable components, or there is some kind of software, or there is some kind of components a website is using, and on that particular component, like someone has exploited a vulnerability, for example, cross-site scripting, and which is
Hmm.
not known to anyone before. So on that particular version, on the particular version and that vulnerability, your name will be assigned, like Nihar Nayak has helped us to exploit so and so vulnerability, and this is the unique ID number of that vulnerability, which we know as CV, and followed by the year, and there is a case number.
Okay, okay. So, sir, like, Do you think the need of cybersecurity is good or bad in the upcoming days?
No, the thing is like cybersecurity is much needed. As you can hear that there are a lot of cases like companies' data has been leaked, companies are getting hacked. So companies are focusing more on their finance and their marketing things, but they are not focusing on the security area. So it is equally important to focus on this security area as well as towards the marketing and the other areas of your company. So it is very much to have like a security department in your company, and the demand of the cyber security, cloud security, and the other security infosec security things will be booming in coming years. So I do feel like it is very important to have cybersecurity department in a company, even if your main focus of your company is to have, like for example, the product or something like that, but you should have a security department, or the need of security is very much important in coming days.
Okay. So what about jobs, sir? Jobs in cybersecurity or bug hunting?
Yeah. So in India, there are plenty of job opportunities. If you open your LinkedIn or any other job hunting platform, you will see there are a lot of job opportunities in India. So like you just have to get the basic knowledge of, for example, SOC or penetration testing. Company will train you for that. Company will invest their time in you to to make you worthy on that particular role. So yeah, there are a lot of job opportunities in India.